पार्वती यह उज्जवल कथा सुनो। मैंने जैसी मेरी मति थी वह तुम्हें सब सुनाई। रामचंद्र के चरित्र 100 करोड़ अपार समुद्र है। वेद और सरस्वती भी जिनका पार नहीं वर्णन कर सकते, फिर कोई क्या करे।
ज़्यादा मेरा फेवरेट है। बहुत सुंदर लिखा है। क्या लिखा है सुनिए। माँ बच्चों की जान होती है, माँ बच्चों की जान होती है। वो होते हैं किस्मत वाले, वो होते हैं किस्मत वाले, जिनके माँ होती है कितनी सुंदर है, कितनी शीतल है, प्यारी प्यारी है। ओ माँ, ओ माँ, तू कितनी अच्छी है, तू कितनी भोली है, प्यारी प्यारी है। ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ।
आज अंधेरे में है ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान।
आज अंधेरे में है गमगीन सा, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान।
आज अंधेरे में है रंगीन सा, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान।
आज अंधेरे में है गमगीन सा, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। भटक रहे हम राह दिखा दे, भगवन राह दिखा दे।
कदम कदम पर किरण दिखा दे, भगवन किरण दिखा दे।
कदम कदम पर किरण दिखा दे, भगवन किरण दिखा दे।
इन अखियों की प्रभु करा दे,
इन अखियों की प्रभु करा दे।
ज्योति से पहचान,
ज्योति से पहचान।
आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। संतान तिहारी।
हम तो है संतान तिहारी, प्रभु संतान तिहारी।
तेरी दया पर हम अधिकारी, प्रभु है हम अधिकारी।
तेरी दया पर हम अधिकारी, प्रभु है हम अधिकारी।
दुनिया होए सुखी हमारी,
दुनिया है सुखी हमारी।
ऐसा दे वरदान,
ऐसा दे वरदान।
आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान।
मैया की ममता तजी, तज बाबा का प्यार। ग्वाल बाल की मित्रता, गोपियन की मनोहार। तज के सब परिवार को तज मुरली की तान। अपनों से मुख मोड़ के मथुरा चले रे कान। सुना सुना लागे बिरज का धाम, गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम। सुना सुना लागे बिरज का धाम, गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम। जमुना रोए मधुबन रोए, रोए कदम की छैया हो, रोए कदम की छैया। भर भर नैना रोए रे गवाले, भर भर नैना रोए रे गवाले, रोए बिरज की गैया। राह रोक कर रोए मन सुखा हो, राह रोक कर रोए मन सुखा। बिछड़ रहे मोरे श्याम रे, सुना सुना लागे बिरज का धाम, गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम। बोल सके ना घर के पंछी, असुवन से भरे नैना, असुवन से भरे नैना। आजा कान्हा ना जा कान्हा, ना जा कान्हा, ना जा कान्हा। आजा कान्हा ना जा कान्हा, कूके रे पिंजरे की मैना। नदिया रोए गिरवर रोए, ले कान्हा का नाम रे। सुना सुना लागे बिरज का धाम, गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम। प्रेम दीवानी राधा रानी, भर नैनन में पानी हो। प्रेम दीवानी राधा रानी, भर नैनन में पानी। सुबक सुबक कहे हाय रे कान्हा, हाय रे कान्हा, हाय रे कान्हा। सुबक सुबक कहे हाय रे कान्हा, तूने बिरहा की पीर न जानी। कैसे कटेगी तुम बिन साथी, जीवन की अब शाम रे। सुना सुना लागे बिरज का धाम, गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम। सुना सुना लागे बिरज का धाम, गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम। सुना सुना लागे बिरज का धाम, गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम। सुना सुना लागे बिरज का धाम, गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम। जमुना रोए मधुबन रोए, रोए कदम की छैया हो। रोए कदम की छैया, भर भर नैना रोए रे गवाले। भर भर नैना रोए रे गवाले, रोए बिरज की गैया। राह रोक कर रोए मन सुखा हो। राह रोक कर रोए मन सुखा, बिछड़ रहे मोरे श्याम रे। सुना सुना लागे बिरज का धाम, गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम।
Let us offer mantras. Put your hands together, please. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Shri Saraswati Namaha. Shri Om Krishna Krishna Mahayogi Bhatana सर्व में वश पाने ओ बनवारी कृष्ण मुरारी ओ बनवारी कृष्ण मुरारी हो नाथ नगर नंदलाल हमारे दुख हरो गोपाल ओ नाथ नगर नंदलाल हमारे दुख हरो गोपाल और दुख हरो है मन हमारे भी दुख हरो गोपाल और दुख हरो है मन हमारे भी दुख हरो गोपाल ओ बनवारी कृष्ण मुरारी ओ बनवारी कृष्ण मुरारी नाथ नगर नंदलाल हमारे दुख हरो गोपाल ओ नाथ नगर नंदलाल हमारे दुख हरो गोपाल और है तुमने हमारे भी दुख हरो जमुना तट पर श्याम मुरारी आई गोकुल की नर नारी जमुना तट पर श्याम मुरारी आई गोकुल की नर नारी जमुना जी है सूखी सूखी बहन सनैया भूखी जमुना जी है सूखी सूखी बहन सनैया भूखी आसमां के सब बत्ती आवा बदलने हमारे हरो कुमार ओ आवा ब्रज के पार हमारे हरो गोपाल और हरो है मने हमारी भी हरो गोपाल Beloved brothers and sisters, all the members of this very wonderful family, today, most of all, we must reflect on the memories the beautiful memories that we created with Mama. I personally was very blessed. Why so? I was able to sit with her, do many satsangs with her, and most of all, receive her love. There are very few people, when you see them and they smile with you, you know that smile is potent. You know that smile is filled with love, sincere love. You know that smile comes from deep within. Whenever I saw Mama, that was the smile that she gave to me. Pradeep and Dave, all our memories in Florida. When you all will lift up, put her in the vehicle, take her back down. when they would swing around the wheelchair and make Mama smile. Those are memories. When Leela would get her dress and doll. When I was reading in Florida, Mama was dressed first. She was the first person to dress. She would go into the mandir and she would stay there until everything is finished. She was cool, calm, and collective. Those are memories. I remember doing her satsang by Shirley. And Mama was sitting, she wanted to sit close to me. My eyes were closed, Mama was handing me a rose. And I didn't see it. Today I'm going to give her a rose. She will not see me. Her eyes are closed. But these are beautiful memories, isn't it? So today, children, all of you, Doll, Sheila, all of you, Hema, Shirley, you all reflect on Mama's love. This is what we will have to keep us going. The memories, all the grandchildren. I've been a part of this family for so many years, decades. And Anil, the song that you sang for her on her last birthday, I saw that smile on her face. Today, let us all remember those beautiful memories. Let us send her into the light with all our love and with all our blessings. दस मास रहे जब गर्भही में, तब ही प्रभु से तुमको किया। मैं बाहर हो हरि भक्ति करो, तेही कारण लोग भई दुखिया। राम सिया गुण जन्म लिया। हरि हो राम मिलन कब होई? When will that day come when I will meet with my Ram? Today, Mama will meet with her Ram because she has lived that life. Let us all practice some of the things that Mama did, so we too one day will meet with our Ram. Hari ho Ram milana kaba hoi, ande sawala rahe. Hari ho Ram milana kaba hoi, ande sawala. Ah, तू कितनी अच्छी है, तू कितनी भोली है, प्यारी प्यारी है ओ माँ, ओ
हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे दयानिधि हे
माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ, कितना प्यार जगाती है। श्वास श्वास की रक्षा करे, श्वास श्वास की रक्षा करे, पग पग प्यार जगाती है माँ, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ, कितना प्यार जगाती है। With empty hands we came into this world, and so shall we depart, leaving all our earthly belongings. When the angel of death approaches unexpectedly, our both eyes will be closed forever. बातें का warning by Sant Kabir to the entire world that upon this earth we own nothing. Kahata Kabir suno bhai sadhu. Kahata Kabir suno bhai sadhu. Chota kariye sab a beautiful song. I did this for Mama's last birthday satsang. And I explained it. Life is a journey. We have come here to create memories. And when we leave, we must leave beautiful memories. रस्ते में आगे शोर जाता है। आदमी मुसाफिर है, आता है जाता है, आते जाते रस्ते में आगे शोर जाता है। आदमी मुसाफिर है। शोशो हवा पानी करे, सूखा हवा पानी करे, नीली में रह जाए जो अकेला, नीली में रह जाए जो अकेला, वो भी रहीना है रह जाता है। आदमी मुसाफिर है, आता है जाता है, आते जाते रस्ते में आगे शोर जाता है। आदमी मुसाफिर है। कब छोड़ा है रूप जी, जब छोड़ा है रूप जी, दिल भी जाता है जब किसी को, दिल भूल जाता है जब किसी को, वो भूल कर प्यारा है। आदमी मुसाफिर है, आता है जाता है, आते जाते रस्ते में आगे शोर जाता है। आदमी मुसाफिर है, आता है जाता है, आते जाते रस्ते में आगे शोर जाता है। आदमी मुसाफिर है, आदमी मुसाफिर है।
हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, मन ही मन शर्मा मैली चादर ओढ़ कैसी, मैली चादर ओढ़ कैसी, द्वार द्वार आओ। हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, मन ही मन शर्मा
A song which is a petition that the soul makes to Bhagwan. मेरा छोटा सा संसार हरि आ जाओ एक बार. But the soul is making a petition to Bhagwan Krishna. Oh Shri Krishna, मेरा छोटा सा संसार, just a small wish. Please give me your vision. Let me see you, oh Krishna. मेरा छोटा सा संसार, please come to me. हरि आ जाओ. Just one time, एक बार. हरि आ जाओ, हरि आ जाओ, हरि आ जाओ, हरि आ जाओ. मेरी नैया पार लगा जाओ, मेरी नैया बना जाओ. मेरा छोटा सा संसार हरि who have gathered here this morning. I'm sure every one of you had an interaction with Mama. And today, I am begging on her behalf. If at all, she made any mistake, if she committed any sin, so to speak, within your reaction, I ask for you all to say a prayer for her, to forgive her. We are all human beings, and we will err at some time. If at all she made any mistake, today I'm asking all of you to offer a prayer to forgive her. And at the same time, you offer a prayer for your own self. That it is inevitable. When your time has come, and your time will come, all of us, our time will come. And when we are lying in a coffin, we would want others to offer prayer for us. So let us all offer our own prayer today and ask forgiveness for her as well. This song is always sung at funeral ceremonies. But I always say in my satsang that we must sing this song every day. We must pray when that time should come. We must ask Bhagwan, oh Lord, at least do this much when my breath leaves my body. May I utter the name of Govinda when my breath leaves this body. Itna karana Swami jab pran se nikle itna karana Swami jab pran se nikle Govinda Today as she makes her farewell, sing with me, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Sit Testing. Jai Sitaram, everybody. Jai Sitaram, everybody. Right. So we're here. Brindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Devotees, friends, family, community members, officiating Pandit. We'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of the Gowkaran Garabdas family to welcome you to their home for the final funeral ceremony of our dear mother, grandmother, great grandmother, stalwart in our community, Srimati Latchandaye Gowkaran Garabdas. Our officiating Pandit this morning is Pandit Deepak Maharaj. And also we have in our presence Pandit Dayanand Maharaj and his beautiful Dharampatni. And it's going to be a beautiful ceremony. And Auntie has been singing lustily and beautifully all morning. And she is continuously saying, sing along. So I encourage all of you to sing along, and I pass you over now to Panditji.
Thank you very much, Nicholas. Jai Sitaram, everyone. Good morning and welcome to all of you to this morning ceremony. In our life, we are taught that there are 16 different sanskars or 16 developmental stage ceremonies that ought to be done. Immediately upon confirmation of the expectancy of a birth, a puja or a prayer is done. The pregnancy has 3 phases, or what we call 3 trimesters. And through each phase, one prayer, one ceremony is done. When the child enters into this world, another ceremony is done. And like that, throughout the entire development of that individual, different ceremonies are done at different times to coincide with major events in the biological, physical, mental, psychological, and spiritual development of the individual. This morning, what we are about to perform is known as the Antyeshti Sanskar, that final sanskar in that series of 16. And we feel very, very honored, blessed, privileged to have all of you joining with us here this morning. Those of you who are physically present, those who are following on the stream, to live a life where your name becomes a household name throughout the entire community, expanding beyond your own country. This speaks volumes for the caliber of life lived by an individual. And here, it is indeed a great honor for myself, as well as I'm sure for most of you joining with us, if not all, to be affiliated with our dear mother here, to have been graced to know her in the capacity as a child. We knew her as Daddy. Not Daddy meaning father, but Daddy meaning older brother's wife. Because in the case of Gowkaran Dada, he was regarded and loved as my grandfather's older brother. So that name, Daddy, stuck with her, even for us. And she was always a fountain of love, a fountain of warmth, even in the days when her health became a greater challenge. Never once did she become miserable, bitter, or difficult to handle, always with that smile, and they would reminisce and remember my grandfather. Those are very, very big shoes for myself to fill. So I feel very honored that I am given the privilege to walk alongside the footsteps of those great stalwarts like my grandfather, father, uncles, to be joining with you all here in performing this ceremony. We all are being treated to such beautiful bhajans and music by this entire celestial Gandharv gathered here this morning. And we feel very, very honored, blessed, and privileged to have them with us. We have Pandit Dayanand, I'm sure other Pandits as well will be joining with us, different dignitaries, etc., along as the ceremony itself progresses. But at this time, dear friends, we want to officially commence the ceremony. So we want to begin by chanting Om 3 times. We invite the main devotees to come forth and stand as we engage in a few purificatory proceedings. We begin by chanting that syllable Om 3 times. Last night, Narayan and myself, as well as some of the brothers, were speaking that Daddy plan Madhavaya Swaha, Namo Narayanaya Swaha. Watch back. Govindaya Namati Hastam Prakshalyam. Om Govindaya Namati Hastam Prakshalyam. Keshavaya Swaha, Madhavaya Swaha, Namo Narayanaya Swaha, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. We begin by chanting Om 3 times, dear devotees. Harihi Harihi Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Om Shri Guru Charana Kamalabhyo Namaha, Om Pavitra Pavitro Va Sarvavastangito Diva Yasmare Pundarikaksham Savahya Shuchihi. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vasudeva Vishweshwaraya Adi Purusha Parampar Alek Purushaya Namo Namaha. Om Namo Vijnana Rupaya Paramananda Rupani Krishnaya Gopinathaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Narayanaya Narayanaya Vidmahi Vasudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Narayana Prachodayat. Om Shri Vishnave Namaha. Om Kshirodanvat Pradeshe Shuchimani Vilatsatsaikatairmauktikanam Mala Klapta Sanasthas Patikmani Muktikair Manditangaha Shuprairabraidarabdairuparivitachkair Mukti Piyusha Varshaihi Anandinaha Punyada Vinanagada Shankaparir Mukundaha Bhuhu Padau Yasyanam Bhirvayatalam Yaschanda Suryaucha Netre Karnavasa Shidodhor Mukhapi Dahano Yasya Vasteya Mabdihi Antastam Yasya Vishram Surunadapaga Gophogi Gandharva Daityaihi Chitram Ramyate Tam Tribhuvanavapusham Vishnumesham Namami. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gatam Sadvisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmikantam Kamalaнаyanam Yogi Bhirdhyanagamyam Vande Vishnum Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaikkanatham Meghashyamam Pitakaushyavasam Srivatsankam Kaustubhodbhasitangam Punyopetam Pundarikataksham Vishnum Vande Sarvalokaikkanatham Sasankachakram Sakiritakundalam Sapitavastram Sarasiruhekshanam Saharavakshasthalakaustubashriyam Namami Vishnum Shirasa Chaturbhujam Chhayayam Parijatasya Hema Simhasanopari Asinam Buddhisharmataksamalam Kadam Chandranam Chaturbahum Shri Vatsankita Vakshasam Rukmini Satyabhamabhyam Sahitam Krishnamashre. Om Shri Vishwasmai Namaha. Together we all chant Mahamantra. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare. Shri Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanam Shri Ramanama Varanam. Om Namaditi. Gopal Krishna Bhagavan ki Jai. So let us take a flower. All of the male participants, devotees, take a flower. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Krishna Krishna Kripano Tam Gatirnam Gatirbhava Sansarvamagnanam Prasidha Purushottama Om Hrim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopi Janna Vallabhaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Offer the flower. So as per the recommendations of the Vidhi, how we perform this ceremony. So the oldest son of Gowkaran will take the water and we purify the body from head to feet, sprinkling the water 3 times. This will be followed by the essence, chandan, offering of the mala, waving of the arti. And like this, each of the sons and grandson will be given this opportunity to make this offering. Whilst this is happening, we have our dear auntie, who we will pass over most respectfully to offer bhajan.
Krishna Kripalu, Krishna Kripalu, Kripanidhi Keshava, Dinabandhu Daya. Krishna Kripalu, Keshava, Dinabandhu Daya. Krishna Kripalu, Krishna Kripalu, Kripalu Keshava, Dinabandhu Daya. Damodar Parvari Mohan Gopinath Gopal. Damodar Parvari Mohan Gopinath Gopal. Radha Krishna Kripalu, Kripalu Keshava, Dinabandhu Daya. Gowkaran Govinda Pavan Manjulatha. Gowkaran Govinda दया कृष्ण कृपालु कृष्ण कृपालु कृपा केशव दीन बंधु दया
Mapada nipa maba sada nipa maba 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 nipa ga gama bama ni sari ni sari sada dhani re sa Jai Radha Madhav Jai Kunj Vihar Jai Radha Madhav Jai Kunj Vihar Jai Govindhan Vallabh Jai Govindhan Vallabh
Gopal Krishna Bhagavan ki Jai. So seeing that the sons are finished with this part, we'll ask the sons to have a seat, and we invite the daughters and the grandchildren to come forth, and they will also pay their respects by waving the arti. Daughters, daughters-in-law, sons-in-law, grandchildren, we invite them to come up. Whilst this is happening, dear friends, we want to invite Pandit Dayanand to offer words of blessings and offer his remarks, comments, and advice to the family. He would have grown up as a little child in front of Daddy and Gowkaran Dada, learning so much, being in contact with them, and we would invite him most respectfully to offer his contribution. Just a little house announcement: the drivers of PCS 9922, TCP 9764, PDX 4843, please attend to your vehicle. It's urgent. So we invite Pandit Dayanand most respectfully.
प्रेम से बोलो भगवान श्री रामचंद्र की जय. To each and every one of you all, everyone, Jai Sitaram. Our officiating Pandit, members of the bereaved family, friends, well-wishers, supporters, today we have gathered here to perform the Antim Sanskar, or the final rites for our dear beloved mother. We all know that once we are born, one day we all will have to die. And so her turn has come. And although when someone dies, it is very sad, but knowing the life that she lived upon this earth, we know that death for her is a definite promotion. For many of us, all whilst we live our life upon this earth, we start at a particular point, and instead of elevating and getting better, we depreciate and go down lower. So death for her is a definite promotion, and in the hereafter, she will reap the fruits of all the good actions that she has performed. So what can we do? We can pray to Bhagavan and ask Prabhu to bless the soul of the departed ones, and also the rest of the family who would be left behind. So I know that the members of this family have made a tremendous amount of sacrifice to be able to be here. I know Surin was trapped for quite a long while in the airports, and we see you here, but we don't know what you have to undergo to be here. But we really do appreciate all the efforts that you all have made. So I'd like, in this home, Sri Gowkaran ji read the Ramayana from cover to cover in many different places. And so he could not have done all that he did without the support of a good, wonderful Dulahin as he had. So I'd like to present a bhajan containing the Ramayana, second blaka. I'm honored to have Sri Rana Mohit accompany me together with all these wonderful divine musicians. Ram Ram Bhaj Ram Ram Bhaj Ram Ram Bhaj Ram 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 Siya Ram Bhaj Le Ram Ram Siya Ram Bhaj Ram Ram Siya Ram Bhaj Ram Ram Siya Ram Ram Bhaj Ram Ram पृथ्वी पर आए दशरथ जी ने गोद लगाई कनकपुरी में शिव धन तोड़ा सती सिया संग नाता जोड़ा सिया पिया बल राम प्रभु मिलाई भज राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम सिया राम राम भज राम राम भज राम राम भज राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम
पिता वचन के पालन हारे राय मन को सहारे राज्य पाठ विश्वामित्र यज्ञ रखवारे सती अहुल्या कारण हारे राम राज हो गया देश में गुण गाए भज राम राम सिया राम 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 सिया राम 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 भज राम राम भज राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम सिया भज राम राम सिया राम राम असुरों को संहार कर सेना सत्य लंका पर अभिमानी रावण को मारा सीता को रामराज हो गया देश में गुल जाए भज राम राम सिया राम राम सिया राम राम भज राम राम भज राम राम भज राम राम सिया राम भजने राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम सिया राम भज राम भज राम भज राम भज राम से बड़ा राम से बड़ा राम राम से बड़ा राम Thank you all. God bless. Jai Shri. Beautiful. Raja Ramchandra Bhagavan ki jai. At this time, dear friends, I see we have our MP. I'd like to invite him most respectfully as well to offer his words at this time. Shri Rudal Munilalji.
Sitaram, Namaste, good morning. This morning is a very commemorative morning. I want to first acknowledge the very extended families this morning, the Gowkaran family, Ramdhari family, Jamraj family, all these families that make up what is a great community here in this village and in this society. Today, this morning, we are here to pay our respects and offer our condolences to these families on the passing of Mother, who was known to all of us fondly. These proceedings are not meant to be very long, so there's so much I could say about her that you have to restrict yourself when you speak. But first, I think it's my duty to extend condolences and sympathies to her children, grandchildren, and the extended families on her passing at the age of 91. She has been a tremendous pillar of strength, of community, of love in this area. In fact, just a few days ago, when she had, of course, mobility problems and so on, and we were involved in the internal elections of our party, which she supported and was a diehard supporter, she came to vote at the Parvati Girls School. And we saw her, notwithstanding challenges of mobility and so on, came there to participate in what was a party event. So on behalf of the United National Congress, on behalf of our very dear sister Kamala Prasad Bisesa, who herself is extremely close to this family. I extend condolences. Mrs. Prasad Bisesa will join this family in due course and extend her own condolences and will give her comfort and her words. But we want to give praise this morning. I tell people 91 is a good innings, but whether it's 19 or 91, when mother passed, you still miss, you still feel pain, you still feel hurt. So the family will bear this pain, particularly since this was the matriarch of the family. This was the pillar upon which everything else happened. Some of you will not know, but I was elected in this area about 21 years ago. But I came to this area 39 years ago. I was a friend of the Jamraj family, and Mitra, you probably married him at 30 something years now. Or 19. So I have known these families for many, many years. And these families have come to symbolize honesty, integrity, community service. Our deceased mother has also been a major part of the mandir next door, and of temples, and of Indian culture, of Pagwa, of everything that has to do with the promotion of positive values, the promotion of our dharma, our culture, and assisting our young ones. She has motivated and inspired many generations of people in this community. So this morning, we pay homage to her as mother. We, in our own tradition, at this time, while we grieve and we mourn, we also offer prayer for the travel of her soul, for her new birth, for her new image. But we are sure that given her good works and her good deeds in this Janam, she will go on to much more in the next life. So we give praise, we offer our own prayer in our own minds for her safe travel, for her safe journey. We ask the Lord to remove any obstacles, any hindrance in her path, that she will travel safely. And this is, of course, the purpose of what we are doing here this morning, and we are this morning paying homage to her. So thank you for your attention to these few words. As I said before, our deepest sympathies goes out to the family on behalf of our party. We have several members of our constituency executive. Mr. Sankar Prasad, our vice chairman, is here representing us as well, and he would also want to join me in extending condolences and sympathies at this time. I think our councillor, very hardworking councillor, Nicholas Kanhai, will also bring some greetings in due course. Thank you, and Sitaram Namaste.
Thank you very much, MP. At this time, dear friends, we want to invite, as our MP suggested, our dear brother Nicholas Kanhai, our councillor, to also offer his words.
Well, Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki. Jai Sitaram again, everybody. A few days ago, Naren asked me to say a few words this morning. I was telling Panditji I wasn't sure what could I say after everybody speak. And I didn't realize that these speeches were going to be so short. That I have so much to say, so much love to share, so much memories to recollect on the great Latchandaye Gowkaran Garabdas. As Dr. Munilal said, Nani, as we would fondly call her, has been a pillar of strength and a foundation at the Ramakrishna Mandir, which is right next door. As a matter of fact, this home, I always felt, has always been a part of the Ramakrishna Mandir. As a little child growing up, and those much older than I am would remember when the temple next door had Bhagwat. And any event, all the preparation of meals and the serving of meals took place behind this very home here. So this home is indeed sacred grounds, because it is adjoined to the temple, and all of the activities, it has always been a part and parcel of it. And I bring greetings not only as a counselor this morning, but also as the president of the Ramakrishna Mandir. Something I feel very proud of, primarily because Nani and Uncle Gowkaran Garib Das and the entire Garib Das family, they laid the foundation for Sanatan Dharma in this community. And we are extremely grateful for their contribution to Sanatan Dharma and its preservation. You know, Nani, she always loved, as Dr. Munilal said, Pagwa. You know, we would prepare, the mandir would have its sales of Palori and Indian delicacies and the planning of chautal singing, which I am told, and Shirley told me that it's really started in Mohesh Road. Chautal singing started in Mohesh Road before any other parts of the country. And not only did she like Pagwa and playing of Pagwa, she loved the colors, she loved celebration. Dance, music, and tassa. I don't think we had any event in temple that Nani didn't insist herself that we must have tassa. 8 years ago, when we started Ganesh Utsav in the temple, Nani would be one to say, we have to bring the murti with tassa. The murti has to leave with tassa. And if Ali can't organize it, she will pay for it. That was her love and dedication to Sanatan Dharma and celebrating culture. Nani has been a pillar of strength for this entire family. As a matter of fact, I believe she's the last of just this generation that has gone to the great beyond and achieved oneness with that Supreme Being. And Dr. said that she will come back even in a greater form in the next life. But the lifestyle that Nani lived, we hope that she achieved oneness with that Paramatma, so she doesn't have to continue the cycle of birth and death. And finally, I just want to commend Nani's family, her children, her grandchildren, her great-grandchildren, for their love. They say once a man, twice a child. And as we all know, Nani, in her last couple of years, she was dependent on her family. She was dependent on her children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. And I've been around this family for all of my life, and I've never heard anyone express any hesitation to care for Nani, to do anything for her. And they say when you're sharing about somebody's life, you can only share, you imagine you can share based on your experience. And we will hear from Anil in a short while, but Anil's commitment to Nani, which I have seen, there's nothing Auntie Shirley asked him to do for Nani and he said no, or he hesitated. And I've seen that whether it was to lift her up or to turn her, or how do you call Hamish? Hamish. Yeah. Because we spend so much time with her at Auntie Shirley's place and even here and in Mandir and so on. Rolling her with the wheelchair was sometimes fun. We would give her a little extra ride, or we needed 2 people to put her down in the step in the temple. But it was all in love, it was all genuine. So this family must be commended for their contribution to Nani living a peaceful, safe life. So on behalf of all of us at the Ramakrishna Mandir, on behalf of all of us of the Mohesh Road community, we really want to extend deepest condolences to the family. And we are certain that Nani's soul will achieve oneness with that Supreme Being. And I'll just sing the Maha Mantra, just 2 lines. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
dear Nicholas. At this time, dear friends, devotees, we want to put everybody on standby. In a few moments from now, we will be having the eulogy, and we'd ask everybody to be seated so that these reflections, as presented by the great grandson Anil, would be clearly communicated. When I said great, meaning the great shining grandson Anil. So, while some of the members of the family complete with their offering of the flower, we'll have a short chant, and then we'd invite our dear brother Anil.
Mama used to like Sohar. Doldo just reminded me. She loved Sohar. Rama ki mathava tikuliya bahut nike lagela ho. O lalana kaushalya ji godiya ki navat palana the folk song. There was a beautiful song that Mama loved very much. It was a wedding song. And today I will just be part of that song. Hare Rama Biya Hanaye Janakapur Rama Biya Hanaye. Rama was going to Janakapur. Today she is leaving and she definitely will go to another Janakapur, where the king himself is reigning. Hare Rama Biya Hanaye Janakapur Rama Hanaye Hare Rama Biya Hanaye Janakapur Rama Biya
गणनायक करिवर बधन तुमहि निवावहुमा विघ्न हरन सब सुख करन तो कर Sit down, everyone. I'd like to firstly thank all of you for coming, reaching out, and lending support and condolences to our family on the passing of our beloved mother, grandmother, great grandmother, and aunt, not only to us, but to everyone whose lives she came in contact with. Yet again, I have been given another Herculean task by the family, this time to deliver the eulogy of my nanny, Latchandaye Gowkaran Garibdas. A little over a year ago, we were all overjoyed to celebrate her 90th birthday. And here we are today, less than a year and a half later, celebrating her life of 91 years. Indeed, the nostalgic words of her dear husband, the late great Gowkaran Garibdas, would yet again resonate in our heads, reminding us, my dear friends, the period from birth to death is very short. Born on April 8, 1931, to the late Babia and Sipasad Kisto of Sukran Tree Siparia Old Road Siparia, she was the second child of 5 girls and 4 boys, namely the late Lakshman Chaitram, we know as Big Tanti, the late Parvati Garibdas, called Up the Hill Tanti, the late Harilal Sipasad or Sanya Mamu, Samaru Sipasad or Lalo Mamu, who have now dubbed Mamu Ke Mamu, Pulmati Sipol or Doyan Tanti, the late Kamlauti Ramgulam or Kemela Tanti, Rupra Sipasad or Uncle Bobbin, and the late Krishnath Sipasad or Ramesh or Gunguna as they call him. The struggle at the time was real for the Sipasads, but with a strong family unit, nothing was impossible to achieve the happiness, and happiness was in abundance. In 1948, Nani was married to her Prince Charming, the late great Gowkaran Garibdas. His affectionate name for her was Gulsi. He was the eldest son of the late Muklal and Sukiya Garibdas. Together, they had 10 wonderful children, 5 boys, my mamus, the late Premchand and the late Andy, and Ramnan, Surendran, and Naren, and 5 beautiful girls, my mother Shirley, and Mausi Sheila, Leela, Dalal, and Hema. Their kids' selection of a companion added 8 more children to the family tree. With 5 sons-in-law, my father, the late Mohan Singh Prasad Maharaj, and my Mausas, the late Joy Sao, Bihari Bagwandin, Bobby Lal Hari, Neil Singh, and 3 daughters-in-law, my mammies, Tara, Cindy, and Sherry. From their 8 children came 20 wonderful grandchildren and 19 adorable great-grandkids. But her family unit was never limited to her own, as all of the children of her in-laws, Ramhari Garibdas, Jamraj or Sonny Garibdas, Jagdev Devnanan, and Rambasi Mangru, who lived or came together on this very property we are on, were like their own. One thing is for certain, there was no my children or your children. Each and every child was treated as everyone's own. The memories that took place here is never ending, and you can only imagine the nostalgic stories that are told and the laughter that resonates whenever our family comes together. I must say, thinking of what to include in her eulogy was a monumental task. But I remembered what someone told me when I had to do this for her 90th birthday. They said, look for one word to describe her. What drives someone like your nanny? The only word I could come up with was passion. Her passion for spreading love. The love she has for her family, her friends, the community, basically anyone she came in contact with. Nani's dedication to duty to her family as a daughter growing up, as a sister, a wife, a daughter-in-law, a sister-in-law, a mother, an aunt, a mother-in-law, a grandmother, a great-grandmother. Her love never ran out. Nani has gone through so many trials and tribulations in her lifetime that no one here can begin to fathom. But holding strong to her passion, she has made her endure all those trials of life and for her to overcome her tribulations. She was that solid rock, that pillar of strength, the foundation for her family and friends, but yet possessed that gentleness that soothes and pacifies, breathing that breath of fresh air. Her strength and endurance were seen as she toiled in the garden, planting crops to sell. She strove in the cane land. She labored in the rice fields. She reared cows, making milk, ghee, dahi. As a matter of fact, many pundits would attest that she made one of the best dahi in her times. She was also good with her hands and picked up sewing and other artistic talents without any formal training. even training others in the art form. Early mornings and late nights, all this sacrifice for her family, just to make sure they were all happy and comfortable. She was a person who could wear a smile with character. You would never know her pain. You would never know her hardships. Her smile gave encouragement, motivation, and inspiration. If you thought your world was falling apart, her smile, her love, and her advice would make it fall into place. For every problem, there was a solution. Her service to community and religion was another passion of hers, supporting Nana with all his ventures, be it Ramayana Yagnas, Bhagavad Katha, fundraisers for the temple, Phagwa celebrations, Chautal singing, full moon puja. She was the go-to person making it happen. She was always the life of the party, as it would, and oftentimes the center of attraction. She was the first person to start singing, beating a dola, clapping, encouraging people to dance, making sure everyone enjoyed themselves and had fun. She loved to hear tassa, as well as her favorite music playing from a DJ truck. Her cooking was also and test that. If ever someone visited Nani, the first thing she would say after greeting them is, "Come and eat." One of her innate traits was also being a very forgiving person. She truly understood that in life, to err is human, but to forgive is divine. If someone wronged her and took genuine responsibility, realizing their mistakes, Nani would instantly forgive, like nothing ever happened. She realized that circumstances may negatively influence one's decision, but given an alternative situation, the outcome may be different. If Nani has in any way wronged anyone, please find it in your heart to forgive her, as she would have done unto others. Over the last couple of nights of week, while walking around, I would hear people reminiscing about Nani in the different panchayats, as you would often hear persons saying how nice of a person she was, how loving she was, how she treated everyone with kindness. She was a lady with a big heart, a special soul, and indeed she was, and then some. When Nani passed, I called Auntie Chandra to inform her, and she said to me, "Anil, I remember the day your Nani told me that she loved me. And when I jokingly asked her how much, her answer to me was, as far as my eyes can see. As far as my eyes can see." The biggest life-changing experience for her, I might say, would have been when Nana passed on. It was traumatic for us all to lose our pillar of strength and family foundation, a companion she shared most of her life with. Although she would have grieved in her own way silently, she mustered her strength to be strong for her family. For this, I am proud to be a part of this family, as everyone fed off of her strength and came together to support her, making her even stronger, and she became that new pillar of strength for the Gowkaran Ki Parivar. I salute my entire family for doing all in their power to make sure that she had nothing to worry about and was always comfortable and well taken care of. She became the center of our universe. Although she was becoming physically weak, mentally, she was the sharpest mind I've ever come across. Her mind was always willing. She would want to take part in everything, be it Ganesh Utsav celebrations, family gatherings, Phagwa celebrations, election rallies, beach excursions. She even always kept her passport on her, just in case an opportunity for travel came up. Her memory was also incredibly amazing. Persons would come to visit her regularly, and she would remember them even after not seeing them for many years. Although her vocals became weak, she would mount a story from the early days and astound us. Oftentimes, she would even correct us if a story was being told by someone else inaccurately. After 91 years journey of life, Nani can finally rest. She can finally reunite with her life companion and report that she has fulfilled her mission and that all is well with the family. She can now continue, together with Nana, their worship to Bhagwan Sri Ram. Today, we must be happy for her. Yes, she has left us, but it was for better. She gave us the best part of her life, for which we are thankful. We do know her mind was willing, but her body was weak. Memories of her would live on forever. Memories of a woman humble, honest, caring, devotional, kind, loving, passionate. Words alone are not enough to describe her. We would all miss her in our own way, and we should all learn from her way of life and live our own with her teachings in mind. If you will permit me, there was a Sudwa Bhajan Nana used to sing, which Nani absolutely loved. After his passing, whenever there was an event, she would insist I sing this song. I invite all of you to join with me in singing this song to help us start our journey to Bhagwan. अरे अब मन तुलसी हो राम से बजो ना हो अब मन तुलसी हो राम से बजो ना हो अब मन तुलसी हो राम से बजो ना हो अब मन तुलसी हो राम से बजो
Vinay? Is Vinay here? Sitaram, everyone. Sitaram, everyone. I want to thank everyone for coming. I know people traveled far, but I'm glad you guys are here to celebrate the life of my grandmother, Mama. I want to start by reliving my best memories of her and showcase what I've seen and learned about her as a person. I've heard many stories from my dad, and I think it's such a shame that I didn't get to see the same person my dad saw, the same woman. I didn't get to see her at her highest. Unfortunately, I got to see her at the lowest in terms of health. But regardless through the pain and suffering, she always found a way to smile, and you would never know it. You wouldn't know the things that she went through. And I could stand up here for weeks telling you about everything, how she cared for her kids, her creativity, but we don't have that kind of time, unfortunately. It's in those moments that I saw someone who is remarkably strong and resilient. She never let us feel sorry for her. When Mama come by us to visit in Texas, I remember late nights, me, her, and my sister Nishani would stay up talking. She would share her wisdom and memories with us, and me, Nishani, would just be so interested and invested. And we would just want her to tell us more stories and more. Mama, tell me more now. But she said, 12 a.m., 1 a.m. comes around, and she says, oh, you have to go to bed at some point, you know. I will get up just now. I can safely say that if it wasn't for my creative, loving grandmother, I would still be sucking on a pacifier today. I remember sitting in the back with Mama, Nishani, Nanti Madhuri. I was 5 or 6, still sucking on a pacifier. And Mama would point to the fence and say, if you don't take it out their mouth, the man go come for you. And she would just point at the fence. Regardless, it worked. I never sucked on a pacifier again. I will share one story that Dad told me. I remember when Dad used to tell me he used to be sick. Late at night, he'd be vomiting. And Mama would get up, just her, and she would take Dad in the back and put leaf on his head to bring the fever down. And I remember he also told me that for every holiday, every birthday, every Christmas, nowadays, our generation, we have phones, iPads, we have all the technology in the world to keep ourselves occupied. But back then, they didn't have that. They just had each other to play outside. And although Mama didn't have much to offer, she had no education and no formal training, I can safely say she was one of the best mothers that I've ever heard about. For Christmas, they had no tree. She would make a tree. They had no birthday cake. She would make chana and roti and aloo, because back then those were luxury meals. You didn't get that often. Even though they had nothing, Mama gave them everything. And I think that's what I remember most about her. And I know that everyone here is undeniably sad, but I think I can speak for everyone when I say that we're all happy to know that she's going to be in Bhagwan's care. And I know that she's going to be looking down on us and showering us with her blessings. So thank you.
Gopal Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. So we want to thank the members of the family for these wonderful reflections and helping to paint such a vivid picture of the life and times of our dear mother. We are sure if given the opportunity, all the members here, having spent so many time and having accumulated such wonderful memories, we would all have books worth of memories to share. But at this time, dear friends, in the interest of time, when we deal with a situation like this, which is the reality for all at some day, today, it is our dear mother lying in the coffin. Yesterday, it was somebody else. And tomorrow, it will be somebody else. Even the very spot upon which the cremation is about to happen, that spot is still warm from being used yesterday by somebody, and it wouldn't be allowed to even cool 100% before somebody else is placed there. What this teaches, just like the internal battle we all are facing right now, where the emotions are running wild, we feel as though the very ground upon which we stand, that foundation is shaking. Who can replace mother in life? The very foundation upon which you take your first step. The first sound you hear, the sound of the mother's heartbeat. That umbilical cord through which you receive all of your nourishment during your most early and vulnerable days. That loving arm that comforts and caresses you, takes care of you, pats the back, and attends to every need of that child. The mother, who although separated by geographical distance, has this sixth sense to know when her child is encountering any problems. She will call you, boy, you're good, girl, you're good. That sixth sense, this mother. How can we come to terms with such a reality? How can we negotiate? How can we navigate through this course when everything seems to be falling apart? It is in this context, dear friends, that the lucid teachings of Srimad Bhagavad Gita come to us much like a raft, like a drowning person fighting for one breath of air. That loving hand of Sri Krishna takes that person who is falling. We join in Sri Gita Dhyanam. Sit up, keep the back straight. Harihi Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashatyayinim Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullarvinda Yatra Patra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purna Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradeepaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapane Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gitamrita Duhe Nama Sarvopanishado Gavo Dugdha Gopala Nandana Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhukta Dugdham Gitamritam Mahat Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum Bhishma Drona Tata Jayadratha Jalagandhara Nilotpala Shalyagrahavati Kripena Vahanina Karnena Vilakula Ashvathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sutirna Khalu Pandavairan Nadi Kaivartaka Keshava Parasharya Vachasor Charojam Amalam Gitartha Gandhot Katham Nana Kyanaka Keslam Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Khatpadaira Hara Hara Pepiyamana Muda Bhuyat Bharata Pankajam Kalimal Pradham Shunah Shreyase Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhete Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Yam Brahma Varuninda Rudramaruta Stunavanti Divyaistavai Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishidai Garyantyam Samaga Dhyanavastita Targatena Manasa Pashyantiyam Yogino Yasyantam Navidu Sura Surgana Devaya Tasmai Namaha Gita Gangacha Gayatri Sita Satya Saraswati Brahm Vidya Brahmavalitri Sandhya Mukti Gehini Ardhamatra Chidananda Bhavagani Bhayanashini Vedatraya Parananta Tattvat Jnana Manjari Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya Glanir Bhavati Bharata Abhyutthana Dharmasya Tadatmanam Sujamyaham Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashacha Dushkritam Dharma Sansthapanarthaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge Aneka Bahodara Bhakta Netram Pashyami Tam Sarvato Ananta Rupam Nantam Namadhyam Na Punastavadim Pashyami Vishweshwar Vishwarupa Govind Bhagavan Ki Jai. Together we chant Dvadash Akshar Mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय 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 Gopal Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. So the scene, in as much as it is set here in Mohesh Road, the scene is set in Kurukshetra. This battlefield, this is a mental plane. The mental war that is happening right now, facing all of this pain, trying to see the way forward. Arjuna, who represents the fighting spirit within all of us, despite possessing all of the knowledge, all of the training, he faces this battle and the legs grow weak. The stomach sinks. The hands grow weak. The lips become parched and he collapses. When we heard about the passing of our dear mother, the members of the family especially, I'm sure you all would have experienced some of these feelings. You feel the ground shaking. The stomach sink. You feel as though you can't even swallow. You feel unsteady, shaky. Despite possessing all of the knowledge, despite understanding that this is inevitable, you still feel that weakness. I'm sure some of you maybe didn't even eat because you don't have any appetite. So nothing that would previously engage the senses in enjoyment, none of those things interest you anymore. This is Arjuna. When that fighting spirit within us is weakened or rendered ineffective because of the challenges that we are about to face, how do we navigate across those? Arjuna, in expressing this concern, this fear to Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he surrenders himself. And this here, friends, is the approach that we should take. Sharanagati. Surrendering ourselves before that divine, realizing that, you know what? Jump high, jump low, whoever it may be, that moment is for all of us at one point in time. So he says to Krishna, Karpanya doshopahatas svabhavaha prichhami dvam sarma samudachetaha yat chayas chanishtam bruhi tanme shishchasteham shadhimam tram papannam. Make me your disciple, O Sri Krishna, and tell me how I should negotiate, how I should navigate across this challenge. And here Bhagavan Krishna, gently with the hands, not at any point saying words that are disparaging or disconcerting to Arjuna, but he lifts him up so much so that he becomes a conqueror. This is the nature, this is the mercy of Krishna, where he explains to Arjuna, Ashochanan vashochastvam pragyavadam shabhashase gatasun gatasunshta nano sochanti panditaha natveva ham jatunasam natvam neme janadipaha nachaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vayamata param dehino yasmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehanta praptit dhiras tatra na muhyati. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. He explains that Arjuna, this situation that you are facing, the fear of death, the fear of what will happen in the hereafter, worry not about that. For the present moment that you are wasting thinking about what has gone and what is to come, you are wasting this current moment. It will never again come back. So, the body is subject to changes. Changes are inevitable to the body. But the quantity of life that each body has is constant. My body, your body, everybody's body has the same amount of life in it. Regardless, Raja ho ya rank, whether we are right up at the top or whether we are towing the line, it matters not. The quantity of life we have within us is the same. Each of us would have started our life, our existence, as one cell big. And that one cell would have started to grow and expand and expand and expand until finally life would have been infused into that developing child from the entrance point at the top of the head. And that cranial suture over time seals off. And we have 9 natural openings in the body, 2 on the lower half, 7 on the upper half. The aim really is for the Atma or that prana to exit through the same point from which it entered. But what happens in life? Physically, the head becomes hard, metaphorically as well. Through becoming entangled in this material realm, becoming entangled with this material possession, thinking objects will bring happiness, people will bring happiness, when this is very fickle. It comes and goes. But that Atma, that prana within us, never changes. So the aim really throughout our entire life is eat and breathe and sleep and walk and talk, and at all times you wish to condition that mind to think about Ram. Rama nama ratate raho jab tak ghat mein pran. Let me chant the name of Rama throughout my entire life, jab tak ghat mein pran, until I have breath. The prayer of the devotee to Prabhu is, Itana tu karna Swami, jab pran tan se nikle, Govind naam lekar, tab pran tan se nikle. Do this much for me, O Prabhu. When my life is about to leave the body, help me to remember the name of Govind. Help me to remember the name of Krishna. Tab pran tan se nikle. And then the Atma with his prana can leave the body. Bhagwan Sri Krishna explains to Arjuna that the body, he gives a beautiful analogy. Just like the body goes through changes from one cell big expanding until ultimately it enters into this world as a newborn baby. All of the changes grow on. And this baby grows on to become an adult and eventually becomes some professional. All of these physical changes, death is but one of those features that accompanies that series of changes. So just like a leaf when it falls out from the tree, there is no way to reattach that. Toot gayi hai mala. When this prana is separated from the body, there isn't any way to reconnect that. The prana or this life continues on. Before the body, the prana or this life was existing. And after the body goes, which returns to the elements found right here in this realm, this life continues. So Arjuna, just like many of us, we are thinking this is the end. This is simply a drop-off point. This world is like a big airport. People are landing, people are departing. Those who are arriving, the newborn babies. Those who are departing, like in the case of our dear mother. This physical realm, this body is simply an accumulation of food. The elements.
If my grandfather was here today, he would have probably said, Chaupai. Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyo ko dukha dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare.
And we leave all in your hands. Hari Ichha mein kartu Bhagavan. Whatever you desire, Prabhu, you do just that. We are simply your instruments. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. We surrender to that divine, and in so doing, we sing the glories of that divine Krishna one more time. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Krishna Gopal Hari Deen Dayal Hari Krishna Gopal Hari Deen Dayal Hari Tum karta tum hi karan tum karta tum hi karan sada pratipal hari deen dayal hari Jai Krishna Gopal Hari Deen dayal. This Krishna, he is Tum Karta, he is the doer, he is also the cause of everything. Radha ke ran bhumi mein aur karma yog ki marm bataye ajr amar hai param tatyo aya ke dukh sukh samjhaye sakha सारथे शरणागत है सखा सारथे शरणागत है सदा प्रतिपाल हरि दीन दयाल हरि जय कृष्ण गोपाल हरि दीन दयाल Hare. Everybody. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Raja Rama Rama Raja Rama 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 Raja Rama 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 Raja Rama 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 Jai Shri Rama 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 Jai Rama Rama Raja Ramchandra Bhagavan ki jai. In our concluding line, dear friends, Tulsidas ji in Ramayana writes, Siya Ram mein sab jag jani, karhu pranam jori jug pani. This chaupai expresses that deep sentiment of our Vedas, which teaches Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi, that we all have divinity within us, and so too everybody else. Tulsidas ji, just as our dear mother would have demonstrated throughout her entire life, this ocean of love which she shared to all, recognizing that the base element of everybody, Rama, Sita. This is why she would greet you with a smile. This is why she would always shower love. I remember as children, this house, as much as it belonged to the family, the entire community had free access. People could walk in and out, go in the fridge, take something. She would bring all sorts of sweets and chocolate and spoil us rotten. This was her. And when my father would say, Daddy, don't give him any more sweet. Siri, relax yourself now, boy. He's my grandchild. Let me spoil him. And she would continue like this. And this wasn't only a privilege that I enjoyed, but every single child, regardless of age, she was this ocean, this fountain of love that she would share upon all. Regardless of caste, creed, it mattered not. This home is really a home because of her. The love that she exuded. Even in her challenging times, I remember when my wedding ceremony happened in the mandir next door. Daddy was there. And she called me close to her ear and she whispered something. She said, boy, make the best of your life. She would remember, as Anil and even the other grandson explained, that sharp memory. The times that they would have spent with my grandfather makes me feel even so much more honored that they see me in a similar light. They see us in that similar light, which is Siya Rama Saba Jagajani, Karhu Pranam Jori Jugapani, recognizing to the core of all beings, they have Bhagwan, Rama, Sita. Raja Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. At this time, we invite the main devotees again to please stand. The main boys who would have come forth and participated in the ceremony. So take the pinda here, Naren. We know if given the opportunity, dear friends, everybody would want to offer some words. But like we said, in the interest of time, we have to reach the creek at a certain time in order for all of the formalities, etc., to be done. So we would crave your indulgence and thank you for your understanding in allowing us to proceed now with the next phase of the ceremony. So at this time, we make the pinda. What the pinda represents, we have 5 elements that make up the body. 5 pindas are to be offered, praying to that divine to relinquish or to have the power of those elements return to their origin. You would notice 5 times you would stop en route to the pyre. Each time we stop, it is again to relinquish or withdraw the power of each of the elements, so that the body will be disintegrated smoothly and all of those elemental parts would return to their origin. Oh, Madhyamukha Gotasya tha Pretasya Mrita Sthane Shava Nimitam Eshate Pindo Maya Diyate Tavopatishtatham. Brahman, offer at Daddy's right hand. ओ मध्यामुख गोत्र सदा प्रेत समृत स्थान शव निमितम एषुते पिंडो मया दीयते तवोपतिष्ठताम् ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर महादेव. At this time, dear friends, we want to officially thank all of you for supporting the members of the family through this very trying time in their life. And we want to encourage you to continue to rally around them as they come to terms with this new reality in their life. We want to thank you in advance for all of your words of support, your calls, your visits, all that you would have done and would continue to do to show that support and love to the members of the family. We want to thank you for doing that. And at the same time, if during the life of our dear mother, anybody at any point in time may have had any unpleasant experience, and we may be holding on to that, this is the time to free ourselves of that burden, and more importantly, to free her, so that she would be allowed to be relinquished from any of these entanglements, and her Atma will rise to the highest plane of existence. Before we join in the closing prayer, one of the granddaughters would like to bring forth a few words, so we'd invite her.
Sitaram, a warm welcome to all. On behalf of the family, I would like to take this opportunity to specially thank everyone who contributed to the well-being of Mama. Her caregivers, Auntie Kalauti, Indira, Lana, Dr. Kumar, Dr. Baliram, and Dr. Jagu. Also graciously thank the people who supported us during these trying times. Ducky's group of companies, Lalo's songs, and everyone who visited, called, text, social media friends, well wishers, neighbors, friends, and family. Thank you.
Thank you very much. At this time now, dear friends, we join in our closing prayer. So we invite our main devotees to please take flowers. Immediately after this, dear friends, we would allow free access for all of the devotees who wish to come forth and view the body and make any offering of flowers before we proceed. So for 5 minutes, and then we'd proceed. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Anadhini Dhano Deva Shankha Chakra Gadadhara Akshaya Pundari Kaksha Preta Moksha Prado Bhava. Om Krishna Krishna Kripalo Tvam Gatirnam Gatir Bhava Sansara Magnanam Prasida Purushottama. Om Tat Sat Pret Atma Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Prehi Prehi Pathipihi Purya Nerye Nata Purve Pitara Paritaha Ubha Rajano Swadhaya Madanto Yamam Pashyasi Varunam Cha Devam Yamono Gatum Pratamo Viveda Naisha Gavyutira Pabhartava Uyatra Naha Purva Pitaraha Pate Parita Enaha Yagyana Pathya Anaswaha Samgachasva Pitrabihi Samyamena Ishtapurtena Paramena Vyomana Hitva Yavadyam Punarastamehi Samgachatam Tanva Suvarchaha Suryam Chakshur Gachatu Vatmatmadhyam Chagacha Prithivim Cha Dharmana Apova Gachayati Tattate Hitam Oshadhishu Pratitishta Shariraihi Om Soma Ekebhyaha Pavate Grimake Upasate Yebhyo Madhu Pradhavatim Tamscha Devapi Gachatat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gopala Krishna Bhagavan Ki Jai. Offer the flowers. Whilst we allow free access for a 5-minute period for all of the members who wish to view the body, we'll have Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Gopal Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. As we have Pandit Chandresh Sharma with us, we'd ask him to offer a mantra and then we pass over to our auntie for a prayer, bhajan.
Sitaram Panditji, members of this family, the officiating Pandit. The mantra I want to offer is a reflection of Mama. I've known her since the 80s, and my brother got married to her niece, Asha. And since then, I've had the opportunity to meet with her several times. And on every occasion, as Panditji indicated, she was always very welcoming, encouraging, and had a good word of advice. She was very much involved in community, and she was a lover of music. You will perhaps not know, but every time there was a motorcade, religious, political, or other, she'd be right behind the music truck. And over the years, she came to be loved by so many. She offered assistance and guidance and encouragement to many people. And perhaps this is one of the only funerals that I know that so many people have come from abroad, almost 100. That alone signals her love, and how very much she is loved. So I pray that Lord Krishna will receive her and guide her, and that the religious instructions would be followed, and she certainly will obtain eternal peace and moksha. Sitaram.
Thank you very much, Panditji. I see we have our dear Uncle Ongru as well, a cultural ambassador, and I'd ask him to also offer a few words. Devotees, those who wish to view the body and make any offering, you all are welcome to come up and do so as well.
Sitaram, everybody. My dear fellow mourners, today we are gathered here to bid our final farewell to Mama. You know, Anil talked about Gowkaran Dada and Ramhari Garib Das regarding so many activities, chautal, temples, and what have you. But there's a legacy of this family that few of us know, including maybe Sheila and them will know that, and that's Jhal Ramayan. And to relive that legacy, we have a group that arrived this morning, a 14-member team from Suriname to do Jhal Ramayan throughout Trinidad and Tobago. And that is in memory of those who kept the culture alive, men like Gowkaran Garidas, and Mama was there to support him throughout. So I would like to offer my deepest sympathies to this family. And like my dad always says, Sadana ek phool phulane hai, Sadana ek sawan hoi, Sadana je jagat mein koi, ek din marne hoi. Jai Sri Krishna.
Thank you so much, Uncle. We have two of the granddaughters, great-grand, who would like to also offer a mantra as we make preparations to proceed. So we invite them.
हे सर्वशक्तिमान सच्चिदानंद निराकार निर्विकार सर्वदा सर्वेश्वर सर्वव्यापक अंतर्यामी अजर अमर नित्य पवित्र सृष्टिकर्ता को बारंबार नमस्कारे। हे परमात्मा भविष्य वर्तमान दुखियों की का शरण करके सब को प्रकाश करके जिसका सबका मंगल हो। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम।
Daddy is indeed tremendously blessed to have all of these devotees, children and all, offering all of these mantras in her honor. So at this time, dear friends, we make preparations now to move to the next spot. And we have our dear auntie and the entire entourage of musicians. We feel very, very happy. Mama is tremendously blessed to have all of you joining with us. This indeed is a send-off worthy of a great, great, great individual, and she is definitely that. So we feel happy to have all of you joining with us here in music as well. So the course, dear friends, would be through Mohes Road and then en route to Mosquito Creek. So thank you to the sound engineers and all of you again for being here. Thank you.
बोलिए गजानंद स्वामी की
जय शिव शंकरति दयाल महावरदान शिव शंकरति दयाल महावरदान शिव शंकरति दयाल